Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rashika, aka Ro, or Mrs. Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're gonna talk about what's it like raising a black son in America. Yeah. That's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into the topic, I need you guys to go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of views on the video. Well, not a lot, but you know what I'm saying. And not the subscribers don't match is what I'm saying. So if you're watching this video and you're not yet subscribed, please go ahead, subscribe to my channel. Hit that post notification so that when I upload, you get the messages. Make sure that you're commenting on the videos just to let me know what you are thinking. Let me know where your headspace, where your mind is at. Let me know what is your opinion on these topics, okay? Also, be sure to drop a comment letting me know what you guys want to hear, what you would like for me to talk about, and let's just get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. So, today's video, like I said, we're going to talk about what's it like to raise a black son in America. Off the bat, my opinion, my advice, don't. Plain and simple, don't. Because thinking about all the things that come with that and thinking about raising a black son in a different country, which, like right now, I live in Jamaica. And I feel like although there are issues, because yes, there are issues everywhere, not just in America, not just in Jamaica, there's issues everywhere. Every country has its own set of issues. I think it is important to consider not raising a black son in America, to be honest. I was watching the news the other day and they were bringing up the story that happened about a year ago with a little boy that went to pick up his twin siblings, and I guess he had mixed up like the place, the houses or whatever, and the guy came out and shot him in the head. Like, what? Excuse me? And this was a year ago, and the guy was not found guilty or anything. The little boy now has brain damage. Hello. Mm-mm. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not the kind to be all about politics or anything like that. I'm really not that girl. But I don't like that. That was not nice. So right off the bat, my initial advice, don't do it, girl. Don't do it, boy. If you can avoid it, do that. To be honest, if you can avoid it, do that. But if that's not an option for you and raising your black son here is the only way out, the only option that you have, then you need to build a strong support system. Build a strong support system. Hopefully, that is in the picture. So you have, off the bat, you already have an advantage, because there's so many situations where mom is raising a son by herself. Every boy needs his dad. Every girl also needs her dad. So build a strong support system. If you got the dad in that son's life, do what you got to do. Swallow your pride, because a lot of times us women, our pride gets in the way so much that we don't think about what's necessary for the child. We don't think about what the child will need in the long run. We don't think about those things. And then that's how we create generational curse. That's how we create that never ending cycle. So create that support system. That's the base. That's the basics. Okay. Even if you don't have the support of dad, you don't have the support of like grandparents, find a mom group, find other moms that maybe go to use the same daycare, the same school. Find a support system that works for you. None of us can do it on our own. No man is an island, and not all were created equal. Okay, so find a support system, find the system that works for you, and find people who have your child's best interest at heart. Okay, a group that has your child's best interest at heart. And this also brings me to the fact of have a village. Like, a village is so important, and this is not just for people who are raising black sons. This is for everybody who has kids. Even if you, matter of fact, even if you don't have kids, being a young adult, being a human in general, everybody needs a village. Everybody needs that support system, because we all go through things. And truthfully, life be life in, okay? Life be on some life be life in. Adulting, hella ghetto. So just make sure that you have that support system that you can lean on. Have people around you that have your best interest at heart, have your kids' best interest at heart, and just work with it. Do what you got to do, because at the end of the day, we all have to work. We all have to do what we got to do to take care of our kids. So if you have that support system that you, if something happens, because again, life be life in, you need people to lean on, is what I'm saying. Okay, so if you don't have a choice but to raise your son or daughter or kids or whoever in this country, ensure that you have a support system. Ensure that you have a strong village. Okay, and if you really need, if you don't got nobody and you need a village, I'm here, girl. I'll listen. I'll talk. And, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because there are times where, even though I have a really good support system, there are times where I feel like I need outside support. Because for me, my support system is based on my culture, and that's really what it is. A lot of it is the Jamaican culture, how we were raised, how my mom was raised, how she sees things, how, and my dad and everybody, like my whole family. So a lot of times too, we need that outside culture to kind of come in and be a base, sorry, to come in and be like, not a base, but like the extra push to help you with certain things. Because really and truly, I'm a mom who's raising a little boy. Do I know anything about raising a son? I sure don't. My example of what raising a son is like is watching my mom raise my brother. And he's older than me, so a lot of stuff that I'm going through right now, I wasn't even alive to see my mom do those things. So now trying to figure out what those things look like for me, the experiences I want my son to have, the kind of life I want my son to have. It's a learning curve, honey. It is. It's really a learning curve. And now moving to a different country, that's the culture that I know. It's just a different world. So if you got to do it, you got to do what you got to do. But just make sure that you're having your child's best interest at heart at all times. And there's a lot of situations, like for me, a couple months ago, I made the decision to leave my son with his dad for a month. I don't like saying that, with his father for a month. And that was the hardest decision for me. My husband knows it was the hardest decision for me, because that's not somebody that he's used to. That's not somebody that he knows. And that's just not something I was very comfortable with. However, I think about what life was like for me growing up and not being able to spend all the times with my dad that I wanted to. And I didn't want to rob him of that. Even though he's small and he will probably not remember any of it because it won't be a core memory for him, I felt like it was necessary for me to not deny him that, if that makes sense. And a lot of advice that I got was to not do it. A lot of advice that I got was, why are you doing that? What's the point of that? It's not like he's lacking anything. It's not like and he's not, because my husband's amazing. He calls my husband dad because that's the dad he knows. Um, but I felt like doing that was necessary for me to do because I tried. I did what I needed to do to help foster that relationship. It did not work out. That is not my fault. So it's also important to know, moms, you are trying your best, because regardless of whether we feel like we're good moms or not, we do the best that we can with the tools that we have. And it's important to always remember that. It's important to big yourself up in the times, especially when the times that you feel like you're not doing a good job. It's important to big yourself up. You're trying your hardest, so keep doing what you got to do, okay? Um, like I said, I try my best to give him a very well rounded experience. Yes, a lot of his experiences are centered around or based on the fact that I am a flight attendant and I do travel quite a bit. So he does have those experiences. He also gets a lot of time with like my family, so he spends a lot of time with his grandfather, with his uncle, with his grandmother, his aunt, his cousin, and honestly, he thinks him and his cousin think that they're brother and sister because that's how we've been raising them. So I try my best to just foster the experiences that he has. Even though, once again, even though at this young age he won't remember half of it, it's still very important to give him those experiences and show him different things, because also it helps with learning. It helps with growth, because now we're doing animals. He already knows his ABCs and he can count to one from 1 to 20. um, but he's at a point where he knows his animals. He can tell you the animals, the sounds that the animals make, and he's not even two. So it's very important to foster experiences, even if it's a small experience. It still adds up. It still helps. It helps with developmental stuff. It helps, it just helps with everything. So try to foster those things as well. Um, Also, love and affection. One of the subtopics that I wrote down. Raising young boys in America, right? Black culture, from my experience, tells us, you're a boy. Stop crying. Boys shouldn't be crying. Toughen up. Suck it up. Do what you got to do. Incorrect. Incorrect. Because at the end of the day, they're humans too. And when you think about the long term effects of it, now you have raised a son into a young adult, into a man who is not in tune with their emotions, who is not emotionally mature, who cannot express themselves, who is scared to talk about their feelings because you're a man up. Don't talk about that. Don't cry. Don't this, don't that. And it just does not help society. And that's just the facts. It does not help society. So I try my best to love on my son. Even my husband, he does really good with loving on my son and letting him know, like, we always have your back. We love you. Cry if you need to cry. Like, you get hurt, it's okay to cry. Because when us females, if we get hurt, what we gonna do? We gonna cry. It's human nature. So we try our best not to raise him in a way where he feels like he cannot come to us if something's bothering him. We don't want him to feel like, oh, I just got hurt, or I feel like crying, so that's not a. It's okay. Crying is totally okay. Totally okay. Even for me, like a lot of women, which I guess once again it's also cultural, it's based on how we're raised. If you're dating a guy and all of a sudden the guy's crying, you're like, what's wrong with him? Like, it's so frowned upon. But for me, I love when a guy's in tune with his emotions, because that shows that you're not afraid to express yourself. That shows that You're man enough to tell when you don't like something, when something's bothering you. So I think it's very important to raise our black sons with love and affection, letting them know, and also too, letting them know that they are loved. They don't need to go out and seek love from any female. They don't need to go out and feel like, oh, this person said so and they're gonna verbally abuse me, but that's okay because that's what my mama used to do. That's a no. I can't speak to anybody else. I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. That's a no for me. I will not raise a black son that is so emotionally insecure that he feels like abuse is okay. And it's not. On both sides, it is not. So make sure we're giving the love, giving the affection so they know their value and how a woman is supposed to treat them, and vice versa. Okay. Childcare. Baby. Childcare in America, for me, is a joke. Because we are forced to pay so much for daycare. Yes, a lot of schools are free, but the really good ones you have to pay for. However, they don't start school till they're what, 5? You start pre-K when you're 5. What do you do between newborn, 5-year-old? That's a lot of in between. And especially for those who don't have the support system of family or like a family friend that can watch your child while you're at work or anything like that. It's expensive, okay? Cha-ching. There's something cost what heap of money, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's something expensive. There's something expensive. There's something expensive bad. So that's a big part of why I decided to move to Jamaica. Because in all honesty, the amount of money I was paying a week, I'm now paying that per month living in a different country. And I've heard that story so many times. I was even watching a video the other day, and they packed up and moved to Dubai just to have a baby because of the systems there. Yes, America is the land of opportunity. Yes, there are plenty of opportunities. Yes, there are plenty of advantages of living here. Absolutely. However, when you're a young adult who is, I would say, starting out fresh in your career, where do you get the money from to pay for childcare? If your child has to go to a daycare, where do you get the money from? Is what I want to know. Where does it come from? So that's another big issue. And if you don't have the support, if you don't have the village who can help you out in those times, it's a lot. It's quite a bit. So again, the village is very important, but raising a black son in America ain't cheap. And the other part of it too, they need to eat. They need clothes. Why is it that boy things are more expensive and harder to find? Like, I just don't understand that. It's so much harder to find clothes for my 1-year-old than it is to find girl clothes. Like, girl clothes are everywhere. It's so hard. And then there's twice the price. Like, I don't understand that at all. It's almost as if, yes, go have babies. Yes, we encourage you to procreate. Yes, we encourage you to reproduce and bring people into the society and all those things. But how do you pay for it? How do you pay for it? How? And you still have to be able to live. You still have to pay for rent, pay a mortgage, pay car note, insurance, all these things. By the time you get your paycheck, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, honey. So that's another big factor. It's another really big factor. And I think it's something that needs to be talked about. It's definitely something that needs to be figured out. absolutely. And it's something that I think I was going to say will get better, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I'm sure it's been like this for years. So how is it getting better? When will it get better? You know what I mean? When will it get better? Sorry guys, I'm by the window, so you know. And then traveling for work and leaving my son is hard. It's hard. But I'm very confident that I have left him with someone who is taking really good care of him. I talk to him every day. Um, I'm really confident that my husband taking really good care of him. And I'm really confident that he's getting the guy to guy interaction that he needs. Because even with like potty train, he's not potty trained yet, but he's at the point where he's starting to realize like, okay, instead of using a diaper, I can go to the potty, and this is what I do, and he's starting to realize those things. So I don't feel as stressed with leaving him for work. It honestly kind of works out. I come to work, I do what I gotta do, and I go home, just like anybody else. So it's hard, but I just want to know what you guys. I want to know what you guys think. What's your opinion? What's your take on it? Sorry, sorry, I'm learning. Sorry. What's your take on it? What's your experience been like? What has it been like for you raising a black son in America? What has it been like for you? Drop a message in the comment. Let me know what's it like. What's it been like? Yeah, and let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about it. And I mean, I didn't touch on everything, but if you have more points that you want to point out, please drop it in a comment. Let me know how you feel about it, what you even what you think could be better. Any advice that you have for other moms who are new to this game. If you've been here for a while raising a black son, let us newcomers know. What's the secret? What's any advice that you have? Please share. Once again, drop it down in the comment and let's talk about it. Once again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, share. Please hit that subscribe button. It is free $99. You don't even gotta pay for it. It's free. Just click on the button. If you're watching on the TV, use the remote, click on the button. Watching on the computer, it's the same thing. Watching on the phone, it's the same thing. Okay. Yeah, but big up on yourself. I love you guys for even taking the time to watch. Thank you so much for subscribing, like I said. And stay tuned for the next video. And we'll just continue to talk about some stuff, you know. I will be trying to upload twice a week. Don't quote me because I've been working a lot. Don't quote me, but I'm trying my best to record the videos, so I plan to upload twice a week, hopefully. Just stay tuned. Once again, also drop a comment for any topics that you want me to talk about. I know a lot of people have been suggesting me vlog. I'm really not the vlogging kind of girly, but I will try my best to see what I can do. And yeah, let's just do what it do. So once again, thank you for watching my video. I know I said it already. Thank you for watching my video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's your girl Rashika, aka Ro, or Mrs. Kelly. Thank you guys for staying tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.